Hey there, time travelers, it's your boy. We're back. Make sure the stream gets started. See, a lot of people do like a pre-stream. I need a pre-stream, but I don't have one yet. Let me adjust that camera before we get into it. This gives me time to talk about what we're doing today anyways. That camera's a little low. It was fine yesterday because my seat kept sinking. Whoa. There we go. Get me in there. I am so fresh and so clean today. We are good to go. Let's talk about what we're doing. So you can see we've got Shadow Destiny up. This is the final session. After today, we'll have seen every ending the game has to offer. So, before we get into anything else, if you have not watched parts leading up to this point, then I highly advise that you watch those parts, because from this very moment forward, this is considered a spoiler-friendly stream for everything we've seen. We've seen endings B, C, D, and E. So this is your final warning to skedoodle before we discuss story spoilers, because we're going to be discussing some major story spoilers. So with that said, let's talk about what we've learned so far and what we're doing as a result. So we've learned between endings B, C, D, and E that Ike and Dr. Wagner are the same person. What had happened was Ike had created the homunculus, and they got into an argument, and the homunculus was like, well, what do you want? And Dr. Wagner was like, I want my youth back. I can't believe I wasted a lifetime on this. So we did that. But the homunculus is like, yeah, your soul's mine once this is done. And Ike was like, nuh-uh, fuck you. So he had drawn a pentagram, like an alchemic pentagram on the ground. It's a little different. And trapped the homunculus back inside the Philosopher's Stone. But as the homunculus was getting sucked back into the stone, he cursed Ike with occasional amnesia. So just every so often, his memories just vanish. So Ike would eventually have no memories, even though he'd been granted with eternal youth. We learned that Dana and Margaret are not who they are as named throughout the story. Dana is actually Margaret, and Margaret is actually Dana. So what had happened with that was the homunculus switched the two babies, and they ended up being born in the wrong, or growing up in the wrong time periods as a result. So Margaret is not Dr. Wagner's daughter and not Hugo's sister, but Mr. Eckert's daughter. And Dana is actually Dr. Wagner's daughter and Hugo's sister. So that means that Dana is technically Ike's daughter. But we still have some mysteries to solve. But those are some of the really big things that we learned that are going to completely impact the story. So what we're doing, we're going to get ending A. And then I'll tell you, even though we will have all 5 endings as listed on the extra screen at that point, we won't be done yet. Because there's one more ending we have to get. The true ending. So we've got a little bit of playtime. We've got about an hour or two before me and Megan start Resident Evil 6. We'll be doing a drinking game for that. It's going to be awful. Now, what sucks is because I accidentally saved over the save where we can make the A ending possible, I've got to play through the game. However, unlike yesterday, I can skip all the cutscenes except the ones we haven't seen. So it should be a much faster experience. Like, I don't foresee this taking too terribly long. Also, did the game get dark again? I tested it before we went live, and it was good, but as soon as we went live, all the values defaulted. Yeah, they sure did. No wonder it looks bad. Let's get this looking good again. It sucks that I can't do that until we go live. Because I actually did check it just like minutes before doing it. I was like, oh yeah, it's up in like the 140s for gold. Just didn't happen, man. But that's alright. We're going to be flying through the story. So here's our objective with the game. We have to speed to chapter 5, and we have to tell Margaret that we think she's our ancestor. And then during chapter 8, we have to find the homunculus. Then we have another task. Visit the fortune teller. We have to do both of those things before we resolve it all in the plaza. So the plaza is totally off limits for that. So we gotta find, like, we're gonna be doing a really sloppy speed run of it.
What do you want?
What do you want? Oh, are we not telling people to get to the screen? No, we have to see the fortune teller. That's right. But the cool news is we can skip all this stuff, so it doesn't matter. Like, we can zip right through it. Like, when I say this is the final session, I just mean, like, for the story. I may revisit, because there's little side quests that you can do in this game.
If you don't want anything, stop bothering me.
Oh, we have to travel, because it's already too late. You have to go 30 minutes prior and talk to them, because they want you to arrange it sooner, I guess. Yeah, we gotta speed to chapter 5, tell Margaret that we think she's our ancestor, and then we have to check out the find the homunculus in 1980, as well as one other task, and we will get ending A, which is one of the best endings.
You want me to come to the square at 2:30? What's going to happen in the square? A performer, maybe? Well,
the true ending path isn't too terribly
don't have
long
anything
from what I
else
know,
to
but
do
it will be
anyway.
all content we haven't seen before, but it requires us as the player to have a significant amount of knowledge from the other endings in order for it to work. You know, if I just hold R2, the camera follows him. That's so much easier. Why couldn't it just work like this anyways?
Have you seen my mother?
I'm only just finding this out now. That makes getting around so convenient. Because, like, you can move the camera. Since the right analog stick doesn't do a damn thing. Well, I mean, it kind of worked. Not really. Where's the mom at? We found the granny, we found the girl, but we didn't find the mom. Here she is.
have you seen my girl? Ooh, at the square. Oh, thank you. I'll go find her there.
Cool. I'm not trying, like, as many times as we've gone through this, we've only gone through all this twice. As many times as we've been through it, though, anything that's already been seen, I don't want to repeat at all. There were no cutscenes that took less than 5 minutes to finish the prologue, and most of that was me wandering around like, where's this lady at? Yeah, we're good to save over that one, doesn't matter. Like, the way they recommend it is to keep a save file at chapter 5 and play through it once with whatever choice you want, and then, like, save that to a different file and make the leftover file the opposite choice. That's the most efficient way to play the game. Let's see, this one. Oh, that's weird. What is this text message? Junk.
Even I can do that.
I need to report that as spam. Alright. Yeah, it was, like, I think it's wild that they get your number and they just spam the hell out of you with dumb stuff. Oh wait, there's a fire, that's alright. We're not really dead yet. Omae wa mo shinderu. It's faster just say we'll go in, get it over with. And then we die. Monculus belittles us. Then we head back. And then we got port to just before the fire. Yeah, Miggs has an alarm set for 6:30, so we'll see if we're done by then. The goal is to be done, of course. We might do a desktop stream while we wait, if we end up waiting on him, but he's probably going to end up waiting on us, admittedly. This is also a little bit earlier than my usual stream start time, but I've been running shorter streams here lately, and I'm not as much of a fan of it. I love doing, like, big power streams. Ugh, that's gonna be a beast waiting on that. It just has to keep, like, you see it changing resolutions, like, rapidly. Like, it takes the OSSC a minute to, like, convert that, and unfortunately that's gonna happen sometimes on these older games. The cool thing is that you guys actually see it before I do. My TV is one of the last places to get the signal. So if anything, you guys see things sooner in general. So there, we cleared that in 2 minutes. We're on chapter 2 of 8. Might do like a speed run of this game. Is there any speed runs of this game?
Sir.
I don't think anybody even runs this game.
Sir? Oh, good. I wasn't
Oh yeah,
sure
they
whether I'd
do.
find
Holy shit. Yeah, there was someone speedrunning it. They got 25 minutes 52 seconds on a PSP emulator. Wow. $25 52 seconds. What are the rules for the speedrun? Timer stops with credit themes. Okay, that's easy peasy. I wonder why they run the PSP emulation instead. I'd like to check out his run of it, for sure. I know where you live. Yeah, you don't have to wait on her. That's actually kind of nice. Does this guy immediately tell you that only the squire can tell me what to do?
Haven't seen you around.
No. Still an easy peasy game. Damn, that really is easy. Try the door. Shit.
The squire's manor is beyond that gate. The squire's crest.
The squire's crest?
Come to think of it, the seal on the manor house is about to fall off. Everyone is saying how it ought to be repaired. You want to take a look inside? Well, I've got the key. Of course, I can't let you in for nothing. What have you got to trade?
Shit. Not the digipad. I had to guess, because I was actually not able to see my TV during that, so... It's not just straight back. No, it is. It just... Maybe it won't let you register a door that you can't see. That kind of sucks. Mose, you were kind of a bitch earlier. To explain. She was like, hey, you should pet me. And I was like, okay, cool. So... Oh, I have to present the medallion to him. And then pick what we want. Anyway, she came in and she's like, pet me, and I was like, okay, cool, no problem. So I pet her and she was like getting all into it and she's happy, and then she wasn't. And she fucking bit me. So I chased her out of here, and now maybe she's it's real cool in there. So I have this mini fridge that my sister got me for my birthday. Here, like right here on the floor. I might put that up on a table. I think I will. Get like a little secondary table going. Ooh, shit. Yeah, that would be pretty good for like streams and stuff. Yeah, I'll probably need like 5 minutes in between streams. Do they RTA this, or do they go by IGT? Because I feel IGT should be the rule for this, since IGT is counted. Alright, so that's us dying due to the vase. So we gotta find out about Eckert's daughter. Dana. Though there is one place for efficiency's sake that I think is absolutely worth going to. Let me see if I can remember where it is. I think, yeah, it's over here. We want to go to the or not the bakery, but the butcher. Shit, I did go to the bakery. I knew I wanted to go to the butcher, but I thought the butcher and the bakery were different buildings. But yeah, you want to hop in here to get a cut of meat. Just grab it now so you don't have to grab it later. Wait, this isn't it
Allow
either.
me to explain the items on display.
I don't...
Every item is preserved in its original state. Please feel free to look at whatever you
I'm
want.
not officially speedrunning it because that's something that you would want to practice. And I have not practiced this. But that's frustrating. Where the fuck is the butcher if it's not there? Check out the... Is the butcher not? The butcher's a modern place. Unless it changes into the bakery. But I remember getting it. Like a normal time. Weird as hell, but whatever, I guess. Alright then, I won't fuss about it. Hey, Carrot, how you doing? You hear me grumping about a map. That didn't really go how I wanted to. We're flying through this game today. Hell, lost in Tomb of Skyrim, so gave up. It's like that sometimes on Skyrim. I've been a little intrigued to play it again, but I know that's something I can sink way too much time into. And yeah, open world games I really have to be in the mood for it. Unless it's like GTA or something, because GTA I can just like focus in on the story. Like everything's labeled on the map, there's not much for me to like stumble upon, you know? But other stuff, I'm more like, hey... So we're going to be skipping the hell out of a lot of the story, if we've already seen it. Is there a trigger up here for something? I wonder what the trigger is. Let's see if it's one of those two things. Because there's a trigger of something that you need to see. Let's see what he says. No, it is indeed one of those two. It's faster just to ask for proof than don't go dying again. Yeah, I've got my little mini fridge here at my feet doing its thing. I'm gonna put the drinks in it just before we get started. But I wanted to get this done so that way I've got kind of a clean slate. You got your wine ready? Yeah, you're gonna hear us whine a lot. Did we go in to the Broom Museum? No. Man, that dude has been running for 20 years. Oh, right. We just gotta get energy units. Might as well get a couple while they're at a premium. I figured this would be a chapter that would have a lot of optimization, possibly. If I was to speedrun this game, which I would consider it. It's such a niche game to speedrun. There's only 5 speedrunners, and some of them haven't run the game in like 7 years. Though the most recent speedrun was 3 months ago. So like, it's at least on somebody's mind, other than me. Good enough for me. We'll try to pick up 2 or 3 with every jump that we do. Yeah, I've never used this thing. My sister got it for me for my my birthday. It's pretty compact. I don't know if it has long enough cable for me to like bring up on the camera, but it's a little like Frigidaire labeled like mini fridge. Like not like an actual mini fridge. This thing is meant to be like used in a camper, like short, like super short term. I could probably get it up. Yeah, I can. So this is it. It's just a little, like, and it opens up. Looks like a little refrigerator. And there is a little shelf that comes in, but I took it out so that way I could accommodate those beer bottles. But like, it's cool. I wouldn't say it's cold right now, but it's cool. It's working on it. I'm letting it get cold prior to when I put the beer in. So I figured I would plug it in and let it run while we're doing this. That way it's had some time to chill. I think this whole chapter is trying to get an iron plate. I think. So yeah, we're not going to get too much story until we're getting news story. Carrot, let me know if you want me to catch you up on any of the story. I know you don't always like focus right in on the games, but if something intrigues you, then by all means, I'd be happy to explain. I did give like a breakdown at the very beginning of this stream of all the like big reveals we've learned so far. So we had to toss in the thing to get the plate. All sorts of story there. We just skipped right over the damn thing. Yeah, I think it's wild as hell. You guys actually see it screen before I do, because I never even saw the time screen. I was just mashing the X button, so I knew it would take me where we need to go. It's only towards the end of the game that you have to, like, maybe consider where you're going. That's chapter. Yeah, we finished that chapter in 2 minutes. We are flying through this fucking game. Is this where he decides he wants something to eat? I'm pretty sure it is. Trying to collect Tic Tacs as we go. Because it's important to keep a few of them on hand at least, especially because we got a lot of teleports coming up. So do they start you in the right direction? Yeah, kinda. You have to go around a little bit, but yeah, this works. I kinda want to speedrun this game. Like this and maybe Clock Tower 1. Just checking around for Tic Tacs in case there's any. Now we passed up the bar though. Womp womp. Oh, by the way, I posted the rules in the Discord.
Hello, Ike. How are things going? Have you
For
found
the drinking game, but you can also use the RE6 command, and that gives you a link that has them all posted at any given time. There's too many, like, to keep the formatting and post it as a chat command, because it doesn't. I found out that commands don't like formatting, so I did it as a pastebin instead. Yes, we're gonna use the pan again. Fuck Ike. Did I back out? Yeah, I did. Right, we have to change it to a library, read up on the antidote, then go back to Margaret's time to get the actual antidote, because it doesn't exist anymore. Play the game right, you only have to make that decision once. I guess we could have gone to 1980 for this as well. But what's the difference between 1980 and 2001, right? Though I did notice that it probably isn't very efficient to come back to 2001 because it drops you off so far away. I don't think I've ever been down those stairs. Call me shook. I don't think I've ever been through, like in all of our playthroughs, I don't think I've been through that at all. There should be another one up here. Gotta be efficient and pick these up when we can. Because after Homunculus clears us out, we got a lot of teleporting to do. This is a really nice little town. I don't know if I'd want to live here per se, but I think it's pretty good looking. So we read about it, now we gotta go to Margaret's time, which it does default down there, that's good. This is why I wanted to visit the butcher sooner. It's not a huge deal, but it just means I gotta make a special trip for it here. Butcher? No, bakery. Butcher? Butcher.
What, looking for meat? Hey, you're kind of cute. I'll tell you what, you can have the scrap meat over there for free.
I like how she's just like, yeah, you're kind of cute. Here's some meat. Like, bro, is it always that easy to get food? Granted, it is just some scrap meat, and we're gonna give it to the dog, but this is actually a really good chance to stock up because I know where all these are. Yeah, we're gonna grab these really quick just so we don't have to grab any more for pretty much the rest of the game. Because I know where 4 are whenever we come back to the 1500s. And we might pick up some like as we go just to be safe, but it's not really all that necessary. So coming over to the bakery, it may be a good idea to like cut around. And at least pick up 3 of these. This one's kind of out of the way. I'm getting it because I'm so like low, but yeah, running between these out. Oh shit, there's a 5th one? Damn, okay, that makes it kind of worth it. I actually didn't know that one was there at all. Okay. Look at that, we stumbled on some new information. Some helpful information. Good pupper. It should be before, but wait. Yeah. I enjoy that all these so far are pointing exactly the time I need to go, so I can just fly through it. I tried to like comb my hair back before the stream, because I'd just taken a shower prior to it, but my hair's not really long enough to like actually do anything and like stay there. I could have, of course, used product to like make it happen, but I much prefer like a natural look. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay. So this is the big decision coming up. We just gotta get through this cutscene down here. So we ran that errand, then we come back to the house. Big old series of cutscenes.
Wait.
So we tell her that we think she's our ancestor. That's a crucial detail for getting the ending that we're going for. Crucial. So we're gonna feel the effect of the poison pretty much immediately. That's chapter. I think that's one of the longer chapters. Yeah, that was almost 10 minutes by itself. We're still absolutely killing it. Because with cutscenes, it took us like 3.5 hours. And here we are just about to break 30 minutes of in-game time. This chapter... I don't think this... Oh, this is the movie poster chapter. So we gotta get hit by the car, and we gotta inspire him to do a better movie. But this chapter is really important because you need to see the homunculus and know that it's there. So we're gonna have some extra work to do during this chapter that's not necessary for the completion of the game in general, but it's necessary for the ending that we want. The OSSC is flipping its shit. I have to do all that, like, with a black screen on the TV. It takes about an extra 2 or 3 seconds to come up for me. Why they couldn't just keep it at the same resolution, I don't get it. So, time travel, find out the cause of his own death, thriller. Cool, so he fucks off. Where does that put us when we're done? Alright, so we need to cut all the way to the right and get over to Hobster Street. So just immediately right and run. Now granted, we gotta deal with the leg again, but this is the way we gotta go.
You've come back! I knew it! My powers are something to be reckoned with. Come in closer now.
We've seen this cutscene. I don't know why it's not.
I don't think I should get too close to this guy.
Oh no! Wait! Don't go!
Is it not gonna let me through? Oh god, it's not. No wonder. Let's head around. And while Oleg's finding himself. Well, that's convenient. It's really bright on my end here too. It's not really ideal, but it is what it is. But I know if we head down the street like this, we've seen the homunculus. I just don't know if it's more efficient.
Gunshots?
So there's the gunshots. We'll see if it's registered the homunculus cutscene for us.
Hey!
So it's registering on the file. But yeah, I just don't know if we were seeing that. I actually need to review the stream from last night to see if we were seeing it. Yeah, I'm gonna set up a little table for this fridge after we get done with this. Because we'll probably be done with the main story at least in the next 20 minutes, maybe, tops. Your baby's really cute. I mean, we're like hog shit flying through this. Yeah, we got a skadoodle. There's nothing we can do about that for now. We've already resolved the conflict that murders us, though, so that's good. And I think next is the tower. The tower one's really difficult because I always want to jump too early. So we've got to find out it's locked first, then get the key. We can get the key and the rope at the same time, but we can't go a moment prior. Should be yeah, we're almost full. Not too hard to stock back up as long as you know exactly where you're going. That's the chapter. I wonder how the PSP version's so much faster. So we're on chapter 7 of 8. Yeet. So we gotta travel to the night before, I guess. Find out it's locked. But we can only find out it's locked when we go to the night before. So many unnecessary jumps. Why'd the sound go out? Oh, it's back. That was weird. There was no sound. Like it completely stopped, like the Elgato kind of like shit the bed a little bit. It's literally this, just to check the door.
Isn't there?
Now we get to talk to Sibylla. There's an energy unit right there on the ground. Oh yeah, the problem is you have to port somewhere else and then port back. And you can't just scoot to like 1980 and get a good rope. But what you can do is you can just go to one time period, doesn't matter what, and then go back to Sibyl's time. This chapter will be done easy peasy. Don't mind me, Mr. Brum. Just sneaking in your tower. Yeah, this is a bit of a skip, but it's totally worth the little bit of time you have to take for it, because it's better than dying and then be like, huh, you're using that old dumb rope, you dumbass. Because for some reason I can't get a new rope. Like, he just won't spend money. Doesn't matter that he has eternal youth. He's probably got bank accounts with tons of money he don't even remember. So what we're doing right now is we're tying the new rope to the top of the tower here. That way we're all set with that. And then we'll port to the night that we get killed. Though when we get to chapter 8, we're going to see some new scenes, because there's one place I've never been during chapter 8. That's going to be required for this A ending. There, now we just gotta survive. By the way, I have last night's session. It's actually already uploaded to YouTube, but it's because of how they do the rules for affiliates, I can't make it public until at least 24 hours after it airs. So, like, it's there. It's scheduled to upload at like 2 a.m. Eastern. But it's the whole stream from last night. Should be hitting the chapter break here any moment. Yep, that's chapter. Look at that. We're not even at 40 minutes and we've already gone from the very beginning of the game to the last chapter. So for this one, we have to start by going to the 1500s and talking to Dana and getting this damn stone. Shit. Betrayed. Now the cool thing about getting to Dana is that's going to put me right by a couple of Tic Tacs. But I don't think I really need them. We'll see how we're doing, but I think we're only down by like 3. Oh no, we're down by a lot more than that. Well, it's good then that we're gonna go see Dana. She's right over here. I think the other one's down here. No, it's not. Oh, it's here though. So we're not going to get the option to invite Dana back. She just says, no, hell no, I'm staying. Which is fine. It's her choice. Though in one of the endings we do convince her to come back. I guess it's only one of them, huh? Just stocking up since we gotta head over to the alchemist house anyways. Grab what we can. So they make you do a lot of teleports for this. So we gave him the Philosopher's Stone. He's gonna make the Homunculus. Kicks the kids out for 10 days. Let's grab this Tic Tac around the corner real quick. And then we'll port. This era is fantastic for getting these Tic Tacs. There's 5 of them all in this real condensed place. It's amazing. Oh. I'm really thinking about speedrunning this game. I kind of want to play it on PSP emulator though, just to see what the difference is. I've played the PSP version, but I'll be honest, I don't remember it. But it's like almost exactly the same. I think there's maybe some small quality of life things, but that's it. No, that is the wrong direction. Mo's. I'll let her in too when we're getting ready to do this. I'll let you in a minute, honey. So we're gonna get the call from Hugo. Jeez, I gotta let her in now. I come in now. If you want to stop me, we're gonna fight. Ugh. Hi, Mose. So we gotta go to the main plaza, the square. Honey, I just let you in. Why do you want to peek under the door from in here? That doesn't make any damn sense. Who's he got this time? Because we're basically on track to get endings A, B, or C, depending on what we do. So they want us to go back, which we're going to, but we've got... Okay, he brought Margaret with him. We've got something we need to do first. I'll find it eventually. We need to talk to the fortune teller. This is actually going to be a new scene, so for anyone just like chilling, and if you're into the story,
Welcome.
this is a big one.
Yes?
Who are you?
Would you really like to know?
If you really don't mind telling me.
Could it be that you are here because you have some idea of what that answer will be? I met you, what, long ago. I could not
Shit.
imagine then that
My
we
bad.
would meet again under such circumstances. I'd listen to you go talking, of course, but how could I have believed these wild fantasies about time travel?
She'll want back in 2 seconds. I understand she wanted in just to go out.
I became what I was and saw you again. Yes, long ago I was called Helena.
Boom! That's Ike's
I had a
wife.
life of my own and 2 children named Margaret and Hugo. But I was also very ill.
So Ike's 500 years old. The fortune teller's his wife. His daughter's not his daughter. His daughter's instead someone else's daughter.
And soon afterwards, I died. All that was left of my existence was a lock of hair, as it should have been. But Hugo, my son Hugo, found the homunculus device that his father had been experimenting with. And he used my hair in the machine.
So we're getting some lore about Helena.
Mother? Hugo, what are you? Please stop this. Hugo, send me back. Help me.
What are you doing here?
Father.
Never mind. Just get out.
Father! But
You
Father!
are not to enter this room again.
Hugo's act brought back my spirit alone to this world.
I had to mute myself for a minute.
Stripped of the protection of
Because one of the dogs was going hog shit wild out there.
The disembodied spirit kept forever from rest. Has been wandering this earth through time and will for all eternity.
Have you told him? Told Hugo about this?
No, I have not told Hugo. He cannot see me, nor hear me.
Why are you helping me?
You're very special. You can hear my voice. The only people I can reach are those who have ended their stay in this world of the living and are on their way to the next.
Oh, great. So I have one foot in the grave. Is that it?
Perhaps, but you are trying to deflect your destiny away from immediate death. And the cause of your death rests with Hugo, my son. So, I suppose I was hoping that fate could be swayed. Just like that creature is. I know how powerful fate is. But I still hoped. Though, of course, for a very different reason from the creatures.
The creature?
Homunculus. My husband did not create it. You know, its true nature is far from that. It's a kind of genie trapped in the Philosopher's Stone. All my husband did was free it.
That can't be.
What I've told you, I pieced together from what other souls told me in my wanderings. Ever since I became what I am now. Of course, not all of it may be true. I've kept you long enough, haven't I? You must go.
So now we need to go find Homunculus, and we're going to do that just immediately as we walk out of here.
Fate is something that belongs to you, and the only one who can change it is yourself. My work is near its end. There is only one thing I ask of you. Should you ever see Hugo again, tell him you have done an unforgivable thing. But I forgive you, even if no one else can.
And look at that. All gone. Building might not even have existed. And yet, she was just there to help Ike. Alright, so that's one thing. Now, we have a second thing we need to do. We have to find the homunculus. Now, we've seen this conversation, but this is the conversation that tells you about how the babies were swallowed. And if we do these two things, that should get us the A ending. And then we can go for the true ending. The one that wraps it all up. So the homunculus, like we kind of like stumbled on him when we were looking for him ourselves, but apparently, like I was reading up online, the homunculus is notoriously hard to find here because the homunculus is like off the street. It's like a little park over here, and you have to just be looking. It's like, yeah, he's just chilling. Also, this is your stream reminder. That's the voice of Mario. So Homunculus tells us, hey, I swapped the kids. Dana is Margaret and Margaret is Dana. So now, armed with this information, knowing that even if he does kill Margaret, he won't affect us in our timeline, then we're good. The only way he could have threatened us would be, well, even if he killed Dana, it wouldn't really threaten us because we predate Dana or the actual Margaret because we're her father.
Who's there?
No need to be surprised. You
Well, that's
are a
new.
nervous one, aren't you, Ike? What did you want with this ruin? 400 years ago, it was a laboratory. Now, it's just a mess.
You didn't see anything? You know, in here?
Oh, you saw the spirit. So, you can see it, can't you? I can see the living, and I can see the souls of the dead. But I can't see the thing that lives here. It gives me the creeps, really. I can see.
I kind of love homunculus even though they're shit.
Hey, can you call up...
Because they never take this seriously.
Well, for example, if Dr. Wagner could have a talk with Hugo right now, and Hugo understands what his father was really trying to do, well, maybe Hugo would change his mind about all this. What do you think?
Well, I hadn't thought of that. Dr. Wagner, of course. Nothing could be simpler.
Really?
Really? Wait a moment, and I'll fetch Dr. Wagner. Come over here.
About to find out some shit.
You better stand back, Ike. He's about ready.
Huh. It's weird seeing Dr. Wagner in color.
Now he's ready. Hello, Professor. How do you feel?
Dr. Wagner?
Aren't you, wasn't it you who brought me the Philosopher's Stone?
That's right. I'm Ike. Doctor, I have a favor I need to ask you. I don't know how to say this, but... well, your son, Hugo, is trying to kill me. He thinks that what happened to you and his whole family was Homunculus's fault. And that Homunculus would never have been created if I hadn't helped you. He told me this himself. He also said that he was going to use the Philosopher's Stone to bring his mother back to life.
Good Lord. Where is Hugo right now?
He's right over there.
Now you're gonna notice it.
400
There we
years
go.
from your time.
I must see him. I must speak with Hugo. He needs to know the truth. I see now that this is why you've brought me here.
So, you will speak to Hugo?
Yes, it is my duty. Will you take me to him?
Gladly.
It's weird that Ike's talking to himself, even though Ike is technically older than Dr. Wagner.
Did you bring him?
Hugo!
Who's there?
Ike, please stay here. I will handle this.
Of course. Be careful.
Did you bring Homunculus?
Goodbye, Ike. Hugo.
Father? Father?
Father, you're alive. How did you get here?
Hugo, what do you think you are doing? Did your mother and I give you life so that you could take another's?
No, that's not it. There's a reason.
Then stop your attempts on Ike's life. Do you understand? If you do that, I will tell you all about my research.
Okay. I understand.
At least that's the most understandable time that he backs down.
Okay.
Let us go.
Father? Where are you going?
Dr. Wagner!
That isn't my father?
What?
Dun dun dun. Still just yeeted Hugo out of existence.
What was that? And where did they go?
How's that? Good?
What's going on?
Where did you take them?
I wouldn't know.
Why not? Dr. Wagner.
Oh, that wasn't Dr. Wagner.
What?
Wagner isn't dead yet, so I can't very well call up his spirit, can I? That was a fake. Game. A puppet that does exactly what I tell it to do. Not bad, eh? Hugo certainly fell for it.
Oh my God.
Well, that just about takes care of those murder attempts.
Well, took care of them murders. Homunculus is a shithead, but I kind of like Homunculus. I kind of like Homunculus. I feel like a shitbag for saying that, but I do. Just in case we need that Chapter 8 file again, because that is access to 3 of the endings. So let's check out this epilogue, because I don't think it's going to be anything that we've totally seen yet, but that's some new information.
It's over, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Good job, Ike.
I was trying to change my destiny.
Mm-hmm. And you did.
All this was for you? You used me to ensure you would exist, that no one would rewrite the script.
Now, let's not have all this unpleasant talk about using. I mean, who cares, really? Yes, you managed to preserve my destiny. If you'd been killed, I would never have been born. Immortality has its perks, but you have to be given life first.
I see. So I was just being used. All your talk about an ancestor, was that just to get me to go back to that time?
Well, how should I know? Oh, by the way, I need the digipad back.
Here. It's yours.
Oh.
What?
Well, why don't you take her back to her own time?
Huh? Who? Me?
Margaret, what do you want to do? Are you going back home or staying in
Go back home to have nobody, or stay here.
I'll stay here. I want to stay in this time and make a life here.
Are you sure? I mean...
You know my father's not coming back, right?
that's what I read in a book. So if we're to trust that...
Then I won't go back. It's too lonely by myself. And besides, I feel good here. Like I belong.
And you should, because this is the time era you should be in.
I should go with it.
Here, you can have it back. I don't need it anymore.
It's weird to have a choice in the epilogue.
Oh! Oh no!
Holy shit.
I think it was destiny. Maybe fate decided his life would end this day.
That was a little terrifying seeing his body warp like that. So now I'm curious what happens if you tell her to go. Also, I want to see if she wears modern clothes. Oh, yep.
Soon afterwards, Margaret was adopted by the Eckarts.
As she should
You
be.
could say that she finally came home.
As she should be. It's their daughter anyways.
It's such a tall tree. Was it here before?
No, I think this is where he... Did the stone do this? Is the tree here because the Philosopher's Stone gave up its energy? Hey, what is this?
What?
Well, shit, we found the Philosopher's Stone all over again. That's a problem. Could be a problem. Alright, so that's all 5 endings. But there's a true ending we're going for. We know everything there is to know, right? But what if we didn't? Yeah, we finished the game in an hour. I'm pretty stoked about that. It would have been faster if we didn't have cutscenes to watch. So, ooh, whoa. Extra? Whoops? Extra? Let's start. We're gonna skip everything that it lets us skip. But this should be a special run of it. So we still died like normal. And we woke up in Homunculus's realm. Hey Leonard, good evening, buddy.
What's going on?
You're just now catching the true ending.
What on earth could have happened?
So we have options now. Am I dead or am I dead again? I think if I do Am I Dead, I think it lets us play a normal game. But if I do Am I Dead again, I think it lets us do the true ending.
Bingo.
Oh, homunculus. So this prologue's totally different.
You know me, but how does it feel to be dead?
Are you making fun of me?
Not at all. I beg your pardon if I've offended you. You are strongly fated today. You see, you are destined to die. But if you have the will to somehow reverse that fate by yourself, I can lend you some measure of strength. How about it? Will you deal with me?
Sure. You're on.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do like a man who jumps at an opportunity.
So this is totally different.
Understand something, Ike? The destiny that awaits you is very potent. What I mean is, just because you managed to avoid death once, doesn't mean you've escaped the threat. Unless you tear out its very roots, destiny can't be cheated.
Got it. The hard part starts after you come back to life.
Mm-hmm. You're right. But that's also where your own strengths come into play. Are you ready? I'm going to give you some of my time-shifting powers, Ike.
Oh, thank you. Yes. This is the 90s Wolverine shirt.
To give you this digipad, please use it well.
It's got a belt on it. Like as part of the shirt. Like a big red belt.
You can use it anywhere or anytime you want. This will respond to phenomena that have some relevance to you as its user. As soon as it begins to respond, it's usable. And
okay, we can skip that. Anything we can skip just means that there's no new dialogue, but there's going to be things we can't skip because it's kind of unique dialogue because we're in this like pseudo kind of we remember everything from all the endings. Yeah, so to explain, Leonard.
Sir, please wait.
I'm gonna let this
Are you
cutscene play and
alright?
then I'll explain it.
Do you feel sick or something?
But yes, the beginning is different. Because we just got the A ending. So we got all 5 endings.
Sir.
What? Huh? Oh, sorry. I fell asleep.
Dana. Dana, that'll do.
Okay.
No, so I can't skip it.
Oh.
So there's new content in this scene.
I'll just leave what I owe for the coffee here.
No. In this particular run, yes. But normally,
The stone's not
no.
here. Not in this time, anyway. Well, maybe I'll see it later.
Notice, he just mentioned times and seeing a Philosopher's Stone. He's got knowledge he shouldn't have. So let's give me some gameplay, and then we'll do a quick recap, a 1-minute recap on the story. I think he checks his watch. Yeah.
2 o'clock.
All right. So we're going to pause it so we don't waste time. So let me sum up all of what we've learned, like through all the endings really quick. I won't take long to do this at all. Things we found out. We found out that Dana and Margaret are actually swapped. So who we just saw in that cutscene, Dana, is actually supposed to be Margaret back in the 1500s. Margaret is supposed to be Dana from the 1980s. What happened was Homunculus swapped the babies. We learned that the fortune teller is actually Helena, Dr. Wagner's wife. The fortune teller exists only as a spirit because Hugo tried to bring her back to life using alchemy and failed. He did not bring her body back, just her spirit. So we've been talking to Dr. Wagner's wife whenever we get the times. We found out at the tail end yesterday that Dr. Wagner and Ike are the same person. Dr. Wagner successfully released the homunculus and saw it as a waste of time. And he's like, I wasted my whole life to free you. So he asks for his youth back and to stay youthful forever. And the homunculus grants him this wish, but is like, you owe me your soul when you do die. Because you will. We all do. And Dr. Wagner was like, no, fuck you. I drew a pentagram on the ground, so you're getting trapped back in the stone. So as the pentagram is affecting the homunculus casts a curse on Dr. Wagner, who looks just like Ike at this point, but wearing Dr. Wagner's clothes, that he has amnesia. So as he lives forever and never ages, occasionally he loses all of his memories. Thus why when Ike and the homunculus normally meet, Ike doesn't recognize the homunculus. However, now that we've gone through the 5 endings, we're going through a special mode now. It still starts off the same, but Ike has some of the memories from the playthroughs that we've already done, and that's why some of the cutscenes are different. Hopefully that catches you up pretty well. So for this one, we need to go... Wait, we need to see the fortune teller. She's got to tell us what the deal is. Yeah, what a game, right? I adore the story to the game. Notice I can't skip this cutscene. Totally new. Like, we talked to the fortune teller when she told us this. Turns out she's just a spirit in here. This building is empty as fuck. Like, Ike is just standing in a building that doesn't have, like, the walls, the candles, her, like, none of it's here. It's just an empty, derelict building in reality. But when Ike steps in, it becomes the fortune teller's domain.
Welcome. I have been waiting for you.
I know. I've been here a bunch of times, right?
See, he knows.
No, but I suppose you could have been. Perhaps in another place I am as yet unaware of. Sitting here as I am, I will tell your fortune at no cost.
Yeah, about that. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I'm going to find a red stone soon. It's probably the Philosopher's Stone.
That thing.
She's upset he's forgetting about that.
Then homunculus.
No, don't utter the
She's like, why are you using all these words? You're not supposed to know shit.
If he might be listening.
All right. I'll make up my own mind about what to do with the stone. How's that sound?
Then it is in your hands. I will lay my
Yeah, we don't have to play through the whole game
future
again.
of your design.
This we only do the prologue chapter for this. But it's like a special, like, chapter 9, basically. So they've already gathered in the square. Notice I didn't have to talk to them to do it. Yep, there's new dialogue here. I can't skip it.
Hey, that's me.
Hey, me. It's like he knows. Okay, so we've seen this one. I think it's the same thing.
Hey, that's...
Okay, yeah. So what was the importance of... Is the bar on fire? Oh no, the bar's probably not on. Yeah, it is. What the fuck? Everything's happening at once. That little girl came over here hella quick.
Grandpa's in there. Please help him. Help, please.
Kick Hugo in the face.
I mean... Sorry, kid.
Now he didn't say, damn, where's the fire department?
Are you gonna help my grandpa?
Just curious. No, okay. It's just like last time. Like, we've got multiple concurrent causes of death going right now. Because we're supposed to get stabbed, and we're supposed to die in the fire. But we know better.
Get it? It's no good without that stone. The redstone. Oh, no.
Oh, did we actually die in this one?
It is difficult, after all, isn't it, to change one's very destiny?
I mean, I tried not to do that. Notice it took us right back to 2 p.m.
Sir, please wake up.
But we still can't skip it.
Are you all right? Do you feel sick or something? Sir? Sir?
It's all right. I'm awake.
Dana, that'll do.
Okay.
He always gets that big gulp in, man.
I'll just leave what I owe for the coffee here.
Interesting. So we're back at 2 o'clock. The juggler's still there. What does the digipad say? No, it's just in game. Is the fire ongoing too? Like, just casually? Yeah. Can we kick Hugo in the face, please? Let me check that guide. Where did I put it? It's hiding on me. I think I accidentally closed it. That's alright. It's easy enough to find. There, I've already got it back up. So you go from cafe to fortune teller. Like, you had to do things in a very specific order that doesn't make a ton of sense immediately. But you go cafe, fortune teller. Fire. Which I don't think we go in. I think we just talk to Hugo. Then we go juggler. Like, I don't understand why this is a particular order. So after the juggler, they have you go back. Oh, they're gone. Okay, that does change it up. Because we needed all the ladies to be gone so he can toss us the thing.
Even I can do that. Wait, no, don't. Wonder if it's different. And what the letter says, I mean.
So we're the ones receiving it this
The
time.
red stone is the Philosopher's Stone, and the source of Homunculus's life. It's also the main element in the elixir of life, which is supposed to cure all diseases. So this...
Alright, we've only got a couple places left to visit, and then we're done. Hopefully Miggs is up, otherwise we need we're gonna need a backup thing for the stream. The next place we have to go to is the cafe. So we know about the Philosopher's Stone. Now we gotta go get it.
Is Dana, I mean that waitress who was just here, around?
Oh, so you found out her name already, did you, sir?
You
better
did
get
say
in
it.
line. Just kidding. Dana's in the back. She was just about to go catch up with a customer who left something here.
That's me. I forgot them here.
Oh, I see. Dana?
I want to say he's the voice
I'm
of
just leaving now.
Philip from Clock Tower 2.
Oh, it's you. You forgot these. This lighter and the pretty stone, they're yours, right?
Right.
Oh, good. I was just about to go chasing after you. Thanks for coming back.
Unfortunately, Leonard, I'm gonna have to refund that to you, or you can wait a few minutes until I get a refill. Whichever you prefer, because I will be getting a refill when we start up the Resident Evil 6 stream. Or whatever we end up playing next. So next is the fire.
Are you gonna help my grand?
Right, next is the fire. It's a cafe. Yeah, fire, and then I wonder if this is here just so we have a way to see Homunculus.
What
But-
the... I can't go back to the same time as before. I have to fix this another way.
Oh.
I guess the only thing to do is to use the stone. The Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, it's only letting me go to 1580. Weird. So yeah, Leonard, let me know if you want me to refund those points back to you, or if you are okay with me waiting until we start up Resident Evil 6. I know you've probably got a delay, but...
Girl, really? What with that one being punished yesterday, too? What is it that you don't understand? What's so difficult about being more quiet-like?
Dressing above one's station is an offense, you know. Do you want to be punished, like that woman?
What's wrong with wearing what one likes? And this dress is one of my quieter ones. Really good ladies. You'd like to wear this kind of a dress yourself, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, just waiting to see that lady in a dress.
I never. A little neighborly advice, and she sasses me.
All right, we'll have the law down here.
That's right. You tell her. Oh, that's not very pleasant, is it? Come on. Let's just let this pass, all right?
Well then, in exchange for us not telling the law, you'll make us dresses for free.
Right, that is. You're a seamstress, you are.
That's right. You tell her. You'll make me one, too. Oh, dear. I don't see how I could do a thing like that.
We're doing this just to be obliging.
Yeah, it won't be too terribly long.
What are you?
Who are you?
What's this? It's dark already.
It kills me seeing that man waddle.
Oh, sir! This man just suddenly...
This man just suddenly...
Now, it was you. This little girl called for help. Wicked little sly boot.
Wicked little sly boots.
Sir, you must arrest her at once.
What? Why should you think a thing like that?
What?
What's this now? What are you doing here?
Alright, so we gotta scare these fine folks away. See, we have so much new items for
I have an
this.
idea. I'll just turn this thing on and...
Lord Almighty!
Fear my cell phone.
What do you think you're doing?
Listen carefully.
Fear.
Stop bothering this woman and go home. If you do as I say, no harm will come to you. This time. If you don't, I'll use this machine on you.
Ooh!
I can trap any of you inside this box in an instant.
Sweet savior!
And you will keep what happened here a secret. Understand?
Yes. Everyone, give your word.
I promise.
Give your word.
Forgive us, please.
Please.
Will that be, all? If it is, you
Mose?
could perhaps go away now. And
I don't want to let you in, just let you back out.
Godspeed.
So we got some new content, apparently, though that is almost exactly the same as it was.
Oh, thank you. You've saved me. But who are you?
No, nobody you need to be afraid of. But enough about that. Oh,
What? What is it?
well...
Look, why don't you stop by my house? It's right over there. We can't stay out here, and you can tell me everything inside. Let me introduce myself. I'm Margaret.
I'm Ike. Ike Kush.
Why are they not letting me skip this? It's exactly the same. Like, it hasn't changed whatsoever. Because that's the rule. Like, you can only not skip it when there's different content.
Mother, I'm home. How are you feeling?
I am all right today. There hasn't been a great deal of...
Though we're pretty much at the end of this true ending
Is someone
anyways.
with you? A guest?
Wow! Would you look at those strange clothes?
We met in the square.
Oh. Yeah. I might.
Your friend's voice is remarkably like your father's.
Do you think so? Where is Father anyway?
Closed up down there again. He won't come
So
up
notice-
with mother like this.
Helena was like, that sounds a lot
All
like your
right,
father.
Hugo.
Yeah.
I love your father better for doing what he believes in.
So that's the fortune teller.
Hugo, you'll carry on after your father someday, won't you?
I don't know yet.
Well, maybe I'll just go take a peek. I wonder if Father had his dinner yet.
Mose, I need you to figure out
Will you excuse me for a
whatever
second?
it is has you going buck-ass wild. Also, what up, Moss? How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
I'm home,
You're actually
Father.
just
How are
catching
things?
the, like, true ending for this game. Though I was thinking about doing some
I
speed
guess
runs
that
at a
means the
later
medicine
date
for
for this
Mother
game,
isn't
because
ready
there
yet.
is a small speedrun
Margaret,
community.
will you give this to your father?
Huh? What?
By small, I mean 5
Of
people.
course.
Most of them haven't run it in at least 2 years. But I kind of want to throw my name in the hat.
Sorry to disturb you, Dr. Wagner. The stone. It's the Philosopher's Stone?
He stopped staring immediately. He was
You
like,
just
oops.
say.
See, we know a bunch of shit that we're not supposed to know right
If
now.
you take a chip from that stone and brew it, you can make the elixir, the cure-all. Your wife will be cured for sure.
So the thing about it, Helena doesn't have to die.
This is the...
Which means Hugo never makes Spirit
It's the real
Helena.
thing. Brew it as soon as possible, please.
Dr. Wagner never makes the homunculus.
Please, it's okay.
What's that going to do to
I'll be
Ike?
going now.
Since he never becomes eternally youthful. You just yeeted yourself out of existence.
This is the end. I've won. Cheated fate.
This is the best day ever.
You're all right again.
I can't stay in bed anymore, can I?
Since Hugo don't have a reason to kill us, homunculus had no reason to ever revive us. We also have no reason to live for 500 years. Which means Dr. Wagner gets to finish out the rest of his life with his family. So, in a very strange way, it's good to finally die in this game. Because it means that Dr. Wagner and his family have peace. Because Ike should not have been alive for all that anyways. And look at that. That's probably one of Ike's descendants. the actual Ike that should have been in that time period and not Dr. Wagner with Eternal Youth. They hit me with a damn soccer ball. Oh, that kid looks like Hugo. Maybe his little brother? Or just some random kid that you want to pat on the head. I don't know. That's our true ending, folks. Dr. Wagner is free from living endlessly. Homunculus is forever trapped in the stone. The deed is done. That's the extra ending, the true ending. So yeah, we never met any of those on that route. Yeah, I actually thought it was quite touching. And with that, we are, as far as like story content stuff goes, we're 100% done with this game. We got every ending. We're Gucci, as the kids say. Oh, hold on, I think the main menu. This is a different... This is a different song. They changed the song. Also my best times, by the way. Like, look at those clear times. They're fantastic. We flew through the game today. Chapter 5 was the longest one until the very end. I wonder if they do in-game time or something else. Now, we didn't get 100% achievement on every chapter, but that's fine. I don't care. But yeah, they changed the music. This isn't the normal music from